Good morning everybody, welcome to Rhyme of the Times for the weekend in 23rd of December 2023. Esther's plea to MPs to die with dignity. Clarity on queries about gender identity. Alex Batty says he is pleased to be finally free. The worst shooting spree in Czech history. Glee for England's female goalie and the first Premier League lady referee. NHS and transport misery. Wham, top of the music Christmas tree, eventually. At 83, Esther Ranson, the Childline founder, has a mind that couldn't be much sounder. And though her lung cancer has not yet downed her, the drugs are making her body flounder. But on Monday, the broadcaster in an interview said if all hope of living much longer is dead, she wants an end of life that is dignified with close family and friends by her side. So she's joined Dignitas and is prepared to fly to Switzerland when she feels it's her time to die. But those friends and family will likely decide not to travel with her to be by her side, because that could be perceived as assisting suicide. So for Esther, her desired end will be denied. And she thinks it's not right that things are like this, and being the great campaigner that she is, she's pressing for a free vote in Parliament, with the wish that her views get royal assent. She hopes pro-life will lose out to pro-choice once MPs have had chance to give both sides a voice. Over the coming Christmas period and New Year, the NHS will be offering little cheer, as doctors will be striking again and again, giving more pain to hospitals already under strain. In the next 3 weeks there'll be just 4 days when strikes won't cause disruption and delays. On Tuesday, after much government indecision, some clearness was cast upon gender recognition. Some guidelines were finally put in position for those finding the topic an imposition. When children ask why they're in the body they're in, for many adults a conundrum lies therein. Should they give guidance or simply defend a child's right to try out a different gender? Schools have become anxious about how to deal with a new gender agenda that's a real minefield. And for those who remember simpler times of yore, it's become a generational culture war. Kids may complicate it, but for many older folk, a woman's a woman and a bloke's a bloke. And for quite some time the government has choked, afraid of a woke-stoked inferno being poked. But now the nettle has finally been grasped and answers given to the questions being asked. When it comes to a child's gender change request, the primary concern will be what for the kid is best. And biological sex will be the defining basis for playing sports and designating safe spaces. And parents from now on must be kept in the know. Decisions about their child should have their say-so. On Tuesday, the cages of the misogynist twerps were rattled by England footballer Mary Earps, because Spotty, which is decided by a public vote solely, was won by England's international girly goalie. In the World Cup final she saved a penalty, but England just missed out on winning the trophy. She was also the competition's golden glove, but it was off the field she may have gained most love, when due to her tenacious desire to campaign she forced sportswear giant Nike to think again and make her keep a kit available for sale when they'd first thought such a move was doomed to fail. And on Saturday, Rebecca Welch also found soccer fame, the first female ref of a men's Premier League game. On Friday, 17-year-old Alex Batty was interviewed by The Sun, in which he explained that he had left his mum because he was tired of sharing the hedonistic life she desired. He said, "She's a great person, but not a great mum," and he was fed up with roaming round Europe like a bum. He had been 11 when he went missing in Spain. Hopes had faded he'd ever be seen again. He'd disappeared with his grandfather and mum. Police must now decide if a crime has been done. On the 12th of December, Alex finally took his chance. He walked 22 miles across mountains to France. He was then picked up by a courier man in a van who let him use his phone to speak to his gran. He's now back with her in Oldham, fit and well, with a good future ahead and a story to tell. Last month the government came in for some stick as legal migration took a big upward tick. So cleverly announced with a bit of knee-jerk new rules to reduce those coming here to work. The family visa income threshold was doubled, a decision that had many people quite troubled. Now the government seems to have bowed to the pressure. On Thursday they partially reversed the measure. From next spring the new minimum is 29 grand, nearly 10,000 less than originally planned. Britain endured this week some festive travel woes, with a Paris strike causing Eurotunnel to close. And Storm Pia's wind and rain from Denmark also struck, leaving travellers everywhere stranded or stuck. On Thursday, Prague University was the scene of Europe's worst mass killing since 2015. A 24-year-old student with poor mental health killed his dad, 14 others, and finally himself. Lastly, as we are almost at Christmas, belated recognition for the song Last Christmas. Originally released when all records were vinyl, and every Christmas since it has been recycled. Wham are Christmas #1 at last for George Michael.